Okay, so in the last lecture, we have seen how to convert Fisher projection into flying wedge formula. And how we convert it? Yes. How we convert it? For example, say, if, हाँ बोलो.
डॉटेड वाला बाउंड ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਲੋਅਰ ਕਵਰ ਰੱਖਾਂਗੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਨੀਚੇ ਫਿਸ਼ਰ ਚ
Okay.
ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗਲੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਅਰੇਂਜ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ
So suppose you have this one. Says you have this one. So how we convert this flying wedge structure into Fisher projection is, first of all, we have to draw cross lines. Okay, we will draw cross lines. Then what was the first step? We put group which is present on dotted line or group which is present below the plane is kept below on the vertical line. We put it below on vertical line. So we should put this methyl group where?
सबसे नीचे वाले पे वर्टिकल लाइन पे
we will put at the bottom of vertical line. So this is your vertical line and we will put it over bottom. And then remaining groups, they are put in same sequence as they are present in flying wedge structure. So their sequence is like this. So we will put CF3 over here, then Cl, and then hydrogen. So this is your Fisher projection. Is it clear or not?
Clear as well?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's take the other example. Suppose you have this one. I think this is a very simple method. Number of methods are also there. ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਥਡ ਨਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਬਸ਼ਰਤੇ ਕੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਨਫੀਗਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸੇਮ ਰਹਿਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਐਸਾ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਵੀ ਕਨਫੀਗਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ Okay, suppose you have this one. So how we will convert into Fisher? First of all, we will draw cross lines. Then which group should be put over here at the bottom of vertical line?
NH2.
Ammonia, NH2.
NH2. So we will put NH2 over here. And then remaining groups, they are written in same sequence as they are present in flying wedge structure. So they are like this, phenyl, OH and methyl. So I will put phenyl over here, OH over here and methyl over here. So this is your Fisher projection. Okay, now reverse. How to convert Fisher projection into flying wedge formula? Suppose you have given Fisher projection and now you have to convert Fisher projection into flying wedge. Okay, suppose you have a lactic acid. So lactic acid is CH3, CH, OH, and carboxyl group. So now we have to convert this Fisher projection into flying wedge. So what we will do now is we will do reverse steps. So first of all, let us draw flying wedge structure as such. Okay, so this is your flying wedge structure. Now what we will do is group which is present at bottom of group which is present at bottom of vertical line, it will be written on
Dotted.
It will be written on
Dotted line.
Dotted line.
yes, it will be written on dotted lines or simply below the plane in flying wedge structure. So which group should I put over here? CH3. And then remaining groups, they are written in same sequence in which they are present in Fisher projection, but one of group present over horizontal line will be written over above the plane or below the plane?
Above the plane.
Above the plane.
Because your horizontal line, it represents above the plane. So one of group present on the horizontal line should be on above the plane. So we will write these group on the same sequence. So what should I write over here?
H.
H. Over here?
CWH.
And over here?
OH.
OH. Yes. So this is your flying wedge structure. So let's take some other example. Suppose you can take any example. Suppose you have OH, Br, CH3, CH2Br. Okay, so now we have flying wedge. Okay. Now, yes, who will tell me? Okay. Hanji, Ritu, 25 roll number. Ritu bete.
Yes, sir.
Hanji bete लिखवाओ structure. इथे मैं की लिखा? Over this wedge line.
Sir, OH.
Yes. Over this line.
BR.
BR, बिल्कुल ठीक. And here.
CH2BR.
CH2Br, and here.
CH3.
Methyl. Okay. So this is how you convert Fisher projection into flying wedge structure. Any student, beta, if you have any doubt, please ask. So how you convert Fisher into flying wedge? Group which is present over bottom of vertical line is written below the plane, and then remaining groups, they are written in a same sequence in which they are present in Fisher projection, and one of the group present on the horizontal line should come above the plane. Any question or any doubt over this? Then we will move to next topic.
No, sir.
No,
sir.
Okay. Now next topic is optical isomerism. Optical isomerism. So what is this optical isomerism or simply optical isomers? First of all, they are kind of stereo isomerism. Now stereo isomerism means they have same molecular formula, same bond connectivity, but different arrangement of atoms in three-dimensional space which are non-superimposable over each other. अगर एक दूसरे के ऊपर superimpose हो जाएंगे, then they will become. अगर दो structures एक दूसरे के ऊपर superimpose हों, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਕੀ
Identical.
ਆ?
Homomers.
Homomers. They will become same molecule. So what are optical isomerism? Bolo, these are stereoisomerism. These are stereoisomers.
So plane polarized like do rotate कर देने हैं.
Yes, these are stereoisomers which differ from each other in their effect towards plane polarized light, and they rotate plane polarized light in bolo
right or left?
they rotate plane polarized light in की गल बेटे रोटी नहीं खाधी सवेरे आवाज आ ही नहीं रही
Sir, left or right?
in different directions. They rotate plane polarized light in different directions, okay, or in opposite direction. Okay, so what are optical isomerism or optical isomers? These are stereoisomers which differ from each other in their effect towards plane polarized light, and they rotate plane of plane polarized light. He rotate करेंगे plane उसका. They rotate plane of plane polarized light in different directions. If they rotate plane of plane polarized light towards right side, they are called
Dextrorotatory.
rotatory, and they are given by a symbol
Capital D.
capital D. Sure.
No, sir. Small d.
Small d. Small d. Bete, capital D and capital L, they are method to write nomenclature.
Yes, sir.
Do with optical isomerism. They are represented by small d or sign plus. ਤਾਂ ਅਗਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਮੋਲੀਕਿਊਲ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਪਲੱਸ ਸਾਈਨ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ, that means it is dextrorotatory and it will rotate plane of plane polarized light towards the right side. And similarly, if it rotate plane of this plane polarized light towards left side, it will be called rotatory. And this is given by small l or sign minus. Up to this point is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is plane polarized light? ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ optical isomers ਕਿਹੜੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ plane polarized light ਨੂੰ rotate ਕਰਨਗੇ in different directions, and they can rotate them either in left side or in right side. ਜਿਹੜੇ enantiomers ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ opposite direction 'ਚ rotate ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ. That means one enantiomer, it will rotate towards the right side, another will be towards the left side. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੇ enantiomers ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ. Now, what is plane polarized light? What?
ਜਿਹੜੀ variations ने सारी lines हुई हैं.
एक डायरेक्शन वेक्टर होता है जिसमें
Okay, your normal light is a what? It's a source of normal light is a simply electromagnetic radiations. ठीक है ना, electromagnetic radiations होती हैं. And why they are called electromagnetic radiations? Because it has both electric field as well as magnetic field. And दोनों आपस की होती हैं electric field और magnetic field.
99
They are
perpendicular.
So if this is electric field, then this will be magnetic field. They are mutually perpendicular. Light ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ properties ਨੇ, maximum properties light ਦੀਆਂ ਕਿਸ ਤੇ depend ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड वेक्टर थे या मैग्नेटिक फील्ड वेक्टर थे? It are based upon electric field. So जो light source है, when it emit radiations, okay, when it emit radiations, it emits these electric field in all possible planes. So in unpolarized light, you have these electric field components in all possible planes. So this is your unpolarized light, in which you have electric field in all possible planes. ठीक है, ये electric field ਦੀਆਂ radiations ने ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ planes ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੇ. ठीक है, these vectors are present in all planes. But when you pass this light through a special kind of prism, which is called calcite prism, okay, or it is also called polarizer. So when you pass these radiations into this prism, what will happen? This prism, it will block all other planes of this light except one. So this plane will allow this light to pass through only in one plane. So when it go through this and came out this, it will came out in only one plane. Suppose it is coming in this plane. This light is called plane polarized light, which moves only in one plane. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
अलाउ करता है और सिर्फ इको ही प्लेन ਨੂੰ ਅਲਾਉ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇਹ ਪਾਸ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Now this is your plane polarized light and this is a plane. ਹੁਣ ਇਹ plane ਕੀ ਹੈ? Vertical plane ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ. Now suppose this plane polarized light is passed through the optically active compound which is taken in a solution form. ठीक है, in a tube. So this is your tube. ठीक है, जिस तरह तुसी solution लिया है अपने optically active compound ਦਾ. ठीक है, so this tube contains solution of your optically active compound. So what this solution will do? What the solution will do? It will
rotate the plane of this polarized light.
Rotate, or you can say it will change plane of this polarized light. So outcoming light will be have different plane. Suppose it is like this. So now you can see it has rotated at some angle. This angle is at which rotation has taken place. And since this light is now rotated towards the right side, so you will say this solution is a dextro-rotatory. और अगर एवे rotate हो जाती towards the left side, you will say it is levo-rotatory. Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we usually measure this angle at which rotation has taken place. And this whole instrument by which we measure optical rotation, ठीक है, by which we measure this is optical rotation. ठीक है, so this whole instrument by which we measure this optical rotation is called
Perimeter.
perimeter. It is called polarimeter. Now there's a, so what are optical isomers? These are isomers, stereoisomers that rotate plane of polarized light. Now what is optical activity? So how you will define optical activity? How you will define optical activity?
Yeah, those compounds which rotate plane polarized light called optical active
Those
compound.
compounds who rotate plane polarized light, they are called optically active compounds. Okay. So those compounds who can rotate plane of this polarized light are called optically active compounds. And this property is called
Optical activity.
And this property is called optical activity. Okay, this property is called optical activity. Okay. Any doubt or question beta up to this point?
No, sir.
Okay. Now this angle of rotation at which this plane of polarized light is rotated, it will depend upon what factors? So this angle of rotation, it will depend upon ਜਿਹੜਾ एंगल ऑफ रोटेशन है जिससे रोटेट कीता है किस किस चीज पे डिपेंड करेगा। पहली गल तो वेरी सिंपल केस
Compound पे sir.
लिक्विड कंपाउंड पे
yes very first is nature of compound ठीक है different compounds they will have different angle of rotations ठीक है ना वो तो होएगा ही जे आप अलग अलग कंपाउंड्स ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव कंपाउंड्स लाएंगे सपोज दो इनेंशियोमर्स ही ले ले दोनों इनेंशियोमर्स की करेंगे दे विल रोटेट प्लेन ऑफ पोलराइज्ड लाइट इन ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन सो दिस विल डिपेंड अपॉन नेचर ऑफ कंपाउंड दूसरा नंबर
Concentration थे.
Solution थे.
now you are taking your optically active compound in a solution form किस विच ले रहे हो solution दे विच so it will depend upon concentration of your compound ठीक है ना अगर ज्यादा concentration ले रहे हो या घट ले रहे हो जितनी ज्यादा concentration ले रहे हो उन्नी ही light ज्यादा molecules दे नाल encounter करेगी and उन्ना ही ज्यादा उसका angle of rotation ज्यादा होएगा so it will depend upon the concentration of your solution third point
sir light दी frequency कितनी है
okay but बाद च देखांगे ਉਹਨੂੰ but you are making your solution ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ solid compound है ਉਸ ਦਾ solution ਬਣਾਇਆ to measure optical activity ਇੱਕ particular concentration ਦਾ ਉਹ solution ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣਾਓਗੇ you will prepare that solution in solvent ठीक है ना तो अगर आप different solvents use करते हैं it will also affect optical rotation so you have to choose only one particular solvent so it will also depend upon the nature of solvent you are using then it will also depend upon the wavelength of this light ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਾਈਟ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਵੇਵਲੈਂਥ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਕਰੇਗੀ ਸੋ ਵੇਵਲੈਂਥ ਆਫ light that you are using and one last point okay two more point next is temperature it will also depend upon temperature at which you are recording and one last point मान लो तुसी solution बनाया है 1 gram per ml concentration ਦਾ ठीक है और उस solution ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ट्यूब ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਆਏ एक ट्यूब की लेंथ हैगी 1 सेंटीमीटर और दूसरी ट्यूब की लेंथ हैगी 10 सेंटीमीटर जिस ट्यूब ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਇਆ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ऑप्टिकल रोटेशन सेम आएगी
No sir.
no sir
it will also depend upon path length or length of tube in which sample is taken. So your optical rotation it depends upon number of these factors. So suppose two persons मान लो Abhinandan he is measuring optical rotation in one lab of a same substance मान लो शुगर दी optical rotation measure कर रहे हैं ठीक है and one other person ठीक है one other person ठीक है कोई भी suppose कर लो he is measuring optical rotation of this sugar at other lab ठीक है तो दोनों की optical rotation same आएगी कि different आएगी
so different आएगी
फिर क्यों आएगी
so depend करता है कि जगह कैसी है, कंसंट्रेशन कितनी लगती है उन्हें?
Yes, because it is depending upon number of factors. The result आएगा it depending upon temperature. Suppose कोई इंडिया च कर रहा है गर्मियां ਦੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਚ ਇੱਥੇ 45 46 ਡਿਗਰੀ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਦੂਸਰਾ यूके ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ 10 ਡਿਗਰੀ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ ਹੈ. So there is a very large variation in temperature. मान लो एक सॉल्वेंट इथेनॉल यूज कर रहा है, दूसरा कोई और सॉल्वेंट यूज कर रहा है, ठीक है. वन इज टेकिंग अ डिफरेंट कंसंट्रेशन, अनदर इज टेकिंग ए डिफरेंट कंसंट्रेशन. सो it depends upon number of factors. So how to resolve this problem? How to resolve this problem? कि सारियां दी इक्को ही आए so that we can compare. रिजल्ट्स तो ताही कंपेयर करांगे ना कि अगर सारी दी सेम आएगी. So how we can solve this problem? By using
Standard conditions से sir इन्हों
standard
basic
conditions. Yes, by using standard conditions. And what are those standard conditions? In that case, this word specific rotation is used. So what is this? What are these standard conditions? What are
टेम्परेचर की होगी एकदम।
स्टैंडर्ड कंडीशंस ਦਾ ਕੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ? ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨਸ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੇਵਲੈਂਥ ਕਾਂਸਟੈਂਟ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਵੇਵਲੈਂਥ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰੀਏ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਲ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੈੱਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਾਥ ਲੈਂਥ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਾਂਸਟੈਂਟ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ, ਡੈਟ ਮੀਨਸ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਸੈੱਲ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰੀਏ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਲ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਇਟ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਵੀ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ. ਸੋਲਵੈਂਟ we should mention it, we keda solvent use kita hai, and concentration we should fix it also, theek hai, vi ekko hi concentration se measure karna hai, so we should also fix it. Ho gaya standardize, theek hai na. So in that case specific rotation is used. So how you define specific rotation? It's the angle at which plane polarized light rotates when tube of length, tube कितनी यूज करनी है, लेंथ कितनी लेंथ की यूज करते हैं, 1 which is equivalent to 10 centimeter. When tube of length 1 decimeter is filled with solution of your optically active compound with concentration, कितनी concentration लेनी है, 1 gram per ml at a particular temperature T, using wavelength of 5893 angstrom from sodium vapor lamp. Sodium vapor lamp use करना है और उससे wavelength कितनी use करनी है, 5893 angstrom. So that rotation is called specific rotation, and it is also given by formula. Specific rotation is given by alpha, okay, T, lambda here it is lambda is 5893 angstrom, and T is temperature, is equals to observed angle of rotation, जिन्ना angle of rotation अपने को आया, ठीक है, divided by length multiplied by concentration, where length is a length of your tube, length of your cell in decimeter. where L is the length of your cell in decimeter and C is a concentration. And C is a concentration. So this is a formula for calculation of specific rotation. So अगर L 1 decimeter होएगा और concentration 1 gram per ml होएगी, then your observed angle of rotation will become equal to specific rotation. So is this clear, bete?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear, bete? सारियां नू ता units दा बहुत ख्याल रखना है. L should be in decimeter and concentration should be gram per ml. And there's another method to measure this rotation is molecular rotation. So what is this molecular rotation? If you multiply the specific rotation by its molecular weight of optically active compound whose specific rotation we are measuring. So if you multiply it by this molecular weight divided by 100, that is called molecular rotation. Okay. And what is the importance of this molecular rotation? You will see it by yourself. Okay, thoda search karo ki molecular rotation the key importance hondi hai. And the another point is this specific rotation is a characteristic property of any compound. Characteristic property means like its melting point or boiling point or density, this specific rotation is also a characteristic property of any compound. That means if two compounds under same conditions, they have the same specific rotation, most possibly both are same compounds. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
For example, if you take a lactic acid plus lactic acid, its specific rotation is at 25 degrees centigrade is plus 3.82. So what will be specific rotation of minus lactic acid? Minus 3.82. दोनों की ना enantiomer ने equal and opposite. तब बेटे this formula is very very important. मान लो अगर थोड़ा specific rotation पता है, ठीक है, observed angle पता है, and length is 1 decimeter, you can easily calculate concentration. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? So this formula is very important. Exam ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ question ਆ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ठीक है, कोई भी 3 parameters ਦਿੱਤੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, you have to calculate another one. And competitive exams ਵੀ ਇਸੇ base ਤੇ question ਆ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. ਖਿਆਲ ਕੀ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਹੈ units ਦਾ? Length should be in decimeter and concentration should be gram per ml. Okay, so with this I will end this lecture over here.